of the moment. When they see you down, just know they love it all that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bounce Back. I'm your host Bobby, and on today's episode, I got a special guest with me. This is actually someone who managed to stay out of jail and out of prison, so he could give you that perspective. My man Wally Sparks. Tell the people where you're from, a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Wally Sparks. I go by Wally Sparks. I've been going by that for years, and I'm from Cambridge, man. Originally from North Cambridge, but familiar with the whole area.
Right.
You know what I mean? Been doing my thing for years, rap, dealt in the community, interviews.
That's what's up,
man.
That's what's up. Yeah, I definitely heard of you before I knew you, and like your work ethic is admirable. You got a huge catalog, bro.
I appreciate it.
So, how long have you been doing music, actually?
I put it like this, man. I've been doing music since I came out because music just runs in my family. I have a family full of musicians. From my grandmother, my mother, my aunts, everyone. My uncles are in rock bands and their own bands. So it's in the blood. So I like to say it's not only on me, it's in me.
That's what's up.
You know, but as far as, what do you mean, like recording stuff?
Yeah, like you got a huge catalog since high school. Okay.
Yeah, 2004, I put out my first mixtape titled Locked and Loaded. In 2023, I got 75 mixtapes.
Wow, yeah, that's admirable. You always,
appreciate it, man.
you're persistent, you're consistent, and you never got locked up, right? Why do you think that was? Because I know you was running the streets a little bit. How did you manage to stay out?
Locked up. I got in my little trouble as a kid, juvenile, the little stuff as an adult, but nothing to get me convicted or anything like that. I was able to, slip through, and, I'm grateful for that because coming up, my dad was locked up when I was growing up, so I got to witness like firsthand, like at a young age of someone, before I was actually having homies that was getting locked up, I was peeping that lifestyle for my dad,
Wow.
so I was kind of at a young age dealing with the whole
Prison
somebody
thing.
in there.
Right. So my dad was locked up myself till I was like 10. When your dad was getting locked up, like how long would he be gone for at a time? Like was he doing big bids or was
He was
in
doing
and out, both?
He was doing a big heavy one. I think he did like 11 and probably on parole still now to this day. I think I hit with like 30 or something like that. You feel me? But that to me, I was always thinking, because I was running the streets and doing my thing. So, a lot of, maybe sometimes when I'll get into trouble, it's like, are you going to go down the same path? Which I didn't want to do. So I had to figure out some things to occupy my mind, which is hard to do.
Yeah. So yeah, that's dope because I feel like you finding your passion at a, you know what I mean, at a young age or younger than you are now, and you could put your attention into that, right?
Right.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh, what the fuck?
We got an incoming call. See, we giving it to you real and raw.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nah, it's all good, bro.
I thought I put on something.
Nah, you're good. We could end up cutting that anyway. So, all right. Do you think music was a big part of you staying out of trouble?
Oh, big time.
And why? Why do you say that?
Definitely. Well, I noticed that as soon as I started to get my own equipment, I didn't get arrested anymore. I was in the crib more. As well as just doing it, I was always learning, wanted to know how to become the best engineer I could. Because I'm a self-type dude, and I never liked the fact of going to a studio.
Okay.
Never felt like they did it exactly how I wanted to. You could tell them a million things, but another thing, like a lot of engineers go to school for it. It's not in them, it's just on them. They're just wearing it. But they're not really having the know how to put it where and just, I'm kind of like mentally being commanded, second nature, as they say.
Right, I got you. I can see where you're coming from with that because it's a lot of times, even in construction, they'll go to school to be an engineer, but they don't really got time in the field, right?
Yeah.
So you being a rapper, you kind of know what you're looking for and all that.
And yeah, exactly. And it's always been for the love for me. I've never jumped out to do it to try to get famous. Not if something happened, I always said I would receive it well and appreciate that, but I was just always doing it for the culture and the love of it. More like to keep my mental good.
Right.
Right.
Was your dad locked up a lot during your childhood, or was this more? Yeah.
All the time. all the time. For many years. I can remember when he first got out first, but he just came upstairs into the room like he was over the crib yesterday. You
Right.
feel me? Because that's how he is. It just
Yeah. Like nothing ever
I got
happened.
sisters I never met.
Yeah.
Hey, say hi to your sister one day. She's like 20. I'm like, huh?
How was it for you, like as a kid without a dad around? Do you feel like do you feel like you
I had a lot of uncles.
freedom? Do you feel like you had a lot of freedom as a kid though to be running around the streets, or was it you had
Mom Deuce wasn't going for that.
word?
She was I did what I did and all that. It wasn't no strict crazy curfew thing like that, but I knew what it was. Mom Deuce, she was playing a heavy role, you know, and she was doing her thing too. Independent woman, getting her schooling, learning. She was getting her thing together, raising me as a single parent.
That's what's
I
up.
seen her grinding, and I couldn't let her down. And she got 4 brothers and shit like that. So you know, my uncles was always there to.
So you at least had some sort of positive males in your life.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you know, my grandmother said I always had a good head on my shoulders. I learned at an early age how I had to operate.
Bro, so tell me some of the things that they were alleging against you. What kind of trouble did you get in? You didn't get locked up? Did you go on probation? Explain to me that.
Just crappy stuff when you're younger, you know, horsing around with the boys. I remember the first as a youngin', they charged us with, it's called the fray. Okay?
I never even heard of
like
that.
With disturbance or something, you know.
Okay.
The neighborhood, just me and some of my Somerville boys.
Yeah, I used to catch like disturbing the peace and stupid stuff like that. Yeah, little
like
stuff.
A fray or something. And, you know, they locked us up in Somerville the first time. You know, stupid. Our parents, we had to go to. It was the whole stupid first beginning process. You know,
Right.
Through the line, you might, you know, get into some more trouble. But nothing big. Like I said, most of the time it was more like, you know, locked down for a few hours, maybe the nights.
Yeah, that's it. No time. So now I know usually when we getting arrested, it's not the only like crime we do, right? You know what I'm saying? They're not that good. So you was obviously living a criminal life. Was a lot of your friends into stuff like that?
Yeah.
Not like a criminal lifestyle, but you were running the streets, committing crimes. Obviously, you getting arrested. You don't get arrested for the first time you do something, right?
Yeah, nah, you know, just young stuff. I never been arrested for no drugs or nothing like that.
Word,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? More just BS. You
Okay.
know, just
How was you getting money at that age?
I was working when I was younger. I used to work for the MEDS program.
Okay, so that's good because I just want to speak. Like for me, I didn't get I did the MEDS program, but I didn't have my first real job until after prison. I feel like working's a big part of it. So you always worked? Tell me about some of the jobs you worked.
I'll tell you like this.
What was the first job you worked? MEDS program?
MEDS program.
What they have you doing?
The first job, I was working at the Longfellow School. Is that the one that's on the same street?
Bro,
as
they
Gillette?
changed they changed the name so many times. I think so.
Whatever
On Broadway.
I was always exactly. I was always doing like they always had with the kids and stuff like that. I was good
That's
with
what's
kids.
up.
I had a lot of little cousins and stuff and like that, whatever.
So you were like a role model to them too, in a sense?
Yeah, as a youngin', those were the jobs they handed to me as MEDS program. You know, but high school stuff, I got in trouble. I got kicked out of Rindge and Latin. You know, probably
Me
my
too.
freshman year, I had trouble paying attention and stuff like that. You know,
Okay,
getting sent to different schools, just skipping all the time, you know, doing hood rat stuff.
Getting suspended and stuff like that, or
Hood
not
rat
even?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Showing up, coming blazed
Because I
up.
always feel like my quote unquote like criminal career, right? It all started really with detention and then getting suspended in school and then juvie and then county and then state. I'm one of those people who had to do the little steps to get there.
Right.
Where some people they don't. They catch one serious charge and they're gone like my boy Dutch who was just on first case, man. They gave him 18 to 20 years. Luckily I was
That was hard. That was Dread Dude?
Yeah, North Cambridge, bro.
He had a hat on. Black dude, right?
Yes, sir.
I was watching that.
Yeah, man, and that's tough. So
On his birthday.
yeah, sentence on your birthday, and you know they don't care. The law don't care if it's a birthday, holiday. They still gonna sentence you. Or they're gonna get you, bro.
I almost got there. You know, I almost got that juvenile thing. Almost came to par, but you know, I had probation. Steve Assop
Okay.
Back in the day, we used to call him Steve Asshole.
I
whatever.
bet it sounds just like it.
And,
It sounds just like Steve
you
Asshole.
know,
But you managed. So I was one of those kids that every time I went on probation, I didn't complete a probation until recently, until I was 30-something years old. As a kid, I looked at it as a joke. But for you, you obviously took it serious enough, right? Tell me why.
I don't know. I didn't think I did. I feel like I got lucky.
Lucky?
You know what I'm saying? I didn't really do anything they told me to do.
You wasn't crashing out, though.
I used to have to go to these meetings once a week at the courthouse on Mondays or whatever. 10-week program. You miss what you're doing.
No doubt.
I never completed that.
See, I would do all that stuff, the programs and stuff, but I would just get arrested again, too. That's my dumb ass. Yeah, I know. And when you was on juvenile probation, did they piss test you? Did they drug test you?
Did they piss? You know what? I didn't get piss test because I didn't
Have a drug charge?
no weed charges or nothing like that. I was always high though. I showed up to my last, when you do the 10 weeks, I showed up. It was the last one. Mm-hmm. So me and my boy, we're gonna get a little stone, drink a little Mad Dog 2020. Last one we buy.
Yeah.
We went in, Nancy Danforth standing there, Steve, and
Nancy.
and she gave me that look like, and I'm looking. I could have just went through and breezed it, winded it, but when we stepped in, I guess they were introducing the next class. So a bunch of people there, so I was kind of took aback when I walked in. They knew me and my mans was blasted. Put us
But
in
you
that
graduated.
room, my mother come get us.
Damn. Okay. Now now that's juvenile probation. What about as an adult, man? What kind of trouble did you get in?
I never got in no like 2000. Like I said, when I got my equipment, probably was the last time I got arrested. 2000, early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Since then, I've been just waving by.
Okay.
Had my little almost scares and stuff like that, but nothing.
Close calls. Nah,
And
that's what's up.
I'm very lucky,
Well, that's why I wanted to bring you on too, because I don't want people to have to learn how I learned. You know what I mean? I can't tell people how to stay out of trouble because I never stayed out of trouble until I had to pay the consequences. I don't want people to learn that way. That's why I wanted to bring you on. Right. What do you think the biggest reason is for you staying out, man? I know it ain't luck.
You know what? I am smart though. I know I was involved with a lot of people when I was at a young age, but I knew where not to be with them and stuff like that because I didn't want to get caught up in their mess. I would look at what's going on. The older cats that I would see, that I would be like, yo, buy me a 40 when I was 18. I see how they living. It was like 30-something at the time. That I got a couple cases, So I would always look on that outside and say, I ain't trying to have that be me when I'm this dude's age. Like I ain't trying to be coming out here buying L for my little homies from the crib.
Wow.
I had to do what I had to do to situate myself and just put my mind there. And the music, that's how I've been doing. I never stopped. So
that's what I was getting to. The music,
videos, music, all that. So
the passion, the purpose, the outlet, like
I
that.
love it. That's
what's dope about music. It's a passion, but it's an outlet too. Because life ain't always easy. You know what I'm saying? You stayed out of jail, but we still go through things. You know what I mean?
Tough stuff every day.
Yeah. So what do you think? Besides music, man, what are some of your outlets?
I like
when you're going through it.
I got a couple, I got a little spot. When I just get bored a lot easier, I like to take some walks alone. Just breathe some of the air in, just be alone with my thoughts. I like to lift my dumbbells in my spare time and stuff like that.
Fitness, that's great, yeah.
Blow it down, ease my mind, and just been trying to keep more of a positive outlet. I've always been positive, but, trying to spread it a little more.
Yeah, no, that positivity is huge, right? That's mindset. It all starts with the mindset, having a positive mindset. You're not going to get negative. I mean, you're not going to get positive results with a negative mindset.
Never.
You're just not.
I did get positive. See, and that's the thing that's tricky, too, because I always get positive for what I do, but you know what? I was negative for a while, and I'm owning it up to say, At a point, I felt like I liked it. I felt like I needed it. I felt like I needed to get up and get mad at something.
Do you think that was more artistically to help you create, or just
no. I don't know what the hell it was. It was just a bad energy on me, you know, and I just learned to toss that away, because that's not what it's about. And I don't receive that energy from my peers in the street. Sometimes I would have that, and I would go in the street, and I would get that positive from someone. Yo, Wally, man, I like what you're doing, and you know what? That would make me feel good. And I say, you know what? I don't need to be how you be acting like this. Sometimes it's the energies you're around.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Could be certain music you're listening to, but I just had to zone it out. Now I'm just more on a productive thing. You know, a lot of people are passing. We're getting older. A lot of people we came up with is going and all that. Mindset's different. I plan to be here for a long time.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. We plan to be here for a while, make the most of the time we do have. Tomorrow's not promised, so stop procrastinating, stop putting things off till tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Never. There is no, it'll never come. It's only today. It's only today. So being a family member, being locked up is a lot on family. And you as a family member of someone, you know, your dad was locked up and all that stuff. How did you know like you said your mom was independent, but how was it for her, man? I know it must have been not easy, but she.
Never easy. But my mother is not one to play the games anyways. So she's just like, you know, she's not gonna sit there and be like left on hold. Let's say. Right. She kept it official.
I mean, she got kids too. Was she? I'm
the only one.
You're the only. You're only. Okay, got you.
Brothers and sisters on my father's side. Don't know him. He's a Rolling Stone, so
okay.
I was at.
Yeah. So what I was getting at, was she supporting your dad financially while he was locked up? Because
she wasn't about that life. She would do what she had to do. Maybe she would get him something every now and then. Maybe put some. But she was single mom and she was taking care of business.
Word. Now usually it's different. That's the spouse. Now what if you was locked up? Because that's a lot to put on moms too, man. Like my mom was ride or die. My mom was ride or die. She was there. She was like one of the only, shout out moms. She was one of the only ones there from beginning to end. And that's what I mean when like you put a lot on your family too, being locked up. Man, I was trying to tell these young kids, you don't want to be a grown man. I'm 24 years old. I gotta ask my mom for money. For ramen or something. Go ahead.
Yeah. Right?
It's a lot, yo. It's a lot on the family, man,
I don't
for sure.
Be that. Mom Dukes only seeing all that. You know, we get up, we politics. Mom Dukes is the reason I'm not. I don't be that. I got my selfish ways. I'm not gonna be selfish like that.
Word.
Mom Dukes ain't gonna lose me to some BS.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, hell yeah. Now, as far as rapping, you ever at any point feel like quitting? Like, man, I'm not gonna make it, like, or not? You did?
Not. I'm not gonna make it. It's just, but at every now and time and then I would just feel like, oh yeah, why? But what really matters is why I'm doing it. You know, I do it to make me feel better. A lot of times when I would say stuff like that, it was me writing something that would make me, you know. That wasn't gonna happen. Never really thought of it like that. Like I said, I was just really doing it out of the love.
Yeah.
But there's always those times for artists. So I always want to tell y'all out there, if you do feel that after a while, it's natural to be doing anything for so long and then say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. You could have been playing ball forever.
Well, a lot of times it's like what you don't feel like doing, that's when you know you're doing the right thing, because it's not gonna be easy. Life ain't easy, right? If you're too comfortable or too complacent, you know what I mean. You gotta, if you're getting nervous, if you're like, nah, man, I don't really, that means you're doing something right, but you gotta fight through that and all that stuff.
Every day's a fight.
Yeah,
every day
mentally.
I wake up, I tell myself, yo, today
mentally,
I'm a chill on this. I'm not gonna sip tonight or da da da. You know, you got your little things that you do. You know, your little routines. So sometimes you wanna switch it a little bit, just to make sure you can have enough power to.
Big time. I gotta okay. So, knowing what you know about the streets and what it leads to and lockup. And like you said, we're losing people in Cambridge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People have passed away recently, you know, rest in peace. Glizzy, especially too, you know, and these are guys trying to bounce back, coming out of prison and stuff like that.
Yeah, nah, he was on the righteous path.
So
man. I was just with him.
it's tough, man. So yeah, so knowing what you know, what advice would you give to some of these young men out there that's living that lifestyle? Like running the streets. Well, I mean, what advice would you give to some young kids on the verge of getting locked up or just on the verge of dismantling? Because, you know, the street life doesn't really lead to anything great.
I just tell you like this, man. Sit with yourself and think for a while. Think for a while to yourself what you want and think about who's around you, who cares, and hey, if you don't got anyone that you're not afraid of disappointing or losing or what, then go for the gusto.
Right. You want to bring your mom through that and all that.
They think they're meant for the street life, but as they say in the movies and stuff, it only leads a couple places, right?
Yeah, and some people they you know, and they accept that, and that's that's what I was accepted at the time. So okay, tell me another thing, man. Hashtag Cambridge Gucci Mane. Explain that, bro. Explain that.
Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so yeah, Cambridge Gucci Mane is paying homage to Gucci Mane. But me doing my mixtapes and dropping so many mixtapes, Gucci Mane was always an artist that I admired looking at. Gucci Mane, you know, I love Gucci Mane. You know, he drops all these mixtapes, and I heard when he dropped like his 72 mixtapes is when he got lit or whatever. You know, well, I'm at 75, so I feel like I'm the Gucci Mane of Cambridge.
Oh, got you.
You feel me? So it's paying a homage to Gucci Mane, and I'm saluting that by calling myself Cambridge Gucci Mane.
You paying homage. I get that, man. Hell yeah. Another thing I like to touch on too sometimes like is mental health, right? And they say 89% of all people have, you know, older people have been depressed at some point in life. Have you ever dealt with that? And tell me how you handled that.
I suffer now.
You do? Yeah, me too. Go ahead, talk to that.
I wasn't coming out with anything like this before or nothing, but like I said, it's a different time in life. And it's time to express, and there's no way to really help your mind than to speak on it. I suffer. I suffer from, you know, extreme anxiety, depression, you know, paranoia, you know, there's a number of things, you know, and there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody, you know, Big like time. A psychiatrist or a therapist. You know, if you want to get prescribed something, possibly you're gonna want to go to a psychiatrist, but that's a good thing. I talk to a psychiatrist at least maybe once, maybe twice a month if I need to.
That's the number. Yeah.
But sometimes you need a vent, and I feel like, you know, a lot of times it's better on the outside looking in. Yeah. Everybody that ever met you in life will have judgment on you.
Do you have some of these, what I do sometimes, I have like these self-talks from depressed. You know, I try to, like you said, I try to back out and put things in perspective and try to, like, my problems that I'm stressing about, that I'm getting anxiety, they're really small. If I look at when I was in prison, that's what I have that, yo, B, when you was locked up, what would you have done on your best day in there to have a bad day out here? You know what I would have went through some lengths. Yeah, I might have gave a pinky. You know what I'm saying? Those desperate situations. So it's like I gotta keep that in the front of my mind all the time. That prison ain't going nowhere. And you know what? What I like to say, the worst part of your life is behind you. It's over.
Facts.
The worst part of your life is over. Let's go.
Every next day is behind you. So you might have went through some BS yesterday, but if it ain't follow you the next day, you know, but it's hard. But to answer the question, I do. I have talks with myself. What I recently have been doing is going into the mirror and having those conversations with myself, just as if it was a parallel universe. I'm telling myself, yo, this is it. It's like they say sometimes you got to talk things into existence.
Big time. That's what I do sometimes too. Even on you know, sometimes if I'm sad, I'm just like, you know, I'll look in the mirror and I'll say, "You're happy, Bobby. You're happy." And then I'm like, put that smile on. You're happy, because a lot of times the smile, your brain knows when you're smiling is happy, so you could trick it sometimes.
Yo, you ain't lying, bro. I never would really smile in any pictures, and you know, I do it more often, and even just looking at the pictures, it feels better.
Yeah.
It just does. I don't know. It's something about it, but
That's amazing.
gotta do that more. You know.
That's amazing. Yeah. All right. Before I end up wrapping this up, man, and I appreciate you coming on because I wanted to get a different perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love being a voice and letting people come on, just touch down out of jail. But, you know, they'll tell you what's waiting on that side, but I'm trying to not let them go there. And that's why I wanted to get your perspective on this. So is there any last thing that you want to say to the kids? And also, first get to that first. Is there anything that you want to say just to the youth out there, man?
Yeah, I just want to say if you guys are, if there's something you want to do, and don't let anybody ever stop you or discourage you from doing what you tell yourself you want to do. A lot of times, people can get in your heads, and be careful of opinions and asking for them. Me, myself, I don't ask for opinions because everyone got one.
Yeah, like we know that saying.
Usually don't like the answer to it. So the best thing I could say is go with your own opinion, okay? Because too many opinions, when it's time to make that decision, you're not going to be able to make it quick enough because in your head, this one said that one, this one said, you're clouded. Think for yourself.
Yeah, no, that
Do what you wanna do.
I like that. Cool. And then this is your chance too, man, to promote anything you got going on right now, man. I bring people on here. Obviously, we want to tell the bounce back story and all that too, but this is a perfect chance for you to tell what's going on. Where can the people find you at? But where can they find you at on social media? And where can they find your music, bro?
Okay, you can find me on social media on Facebook at Wally Sparks, and I have another Facebook page that's Wally Sparks CMB. I always post frequently on the time feed, Instagram. Can I kind of look at it real quick? Because I always say it backwards.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Make sure you get it right.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get it right because
definitely make sure you get it right.
And
but I'm gonna drop the links too, so I'm gonna drop the links in the description too. Yeah, YouTube.
101. That's always the most important one I want to fill people in. WALLYTUBE 101 on YouTube. Please subscribe. A lot of content, and actually, the Instagram is 617 Wally Sparks, all one word. So
okay, cool. So before we wrap this up, you trying to give us a verse? You trying to spit something? You got something? I know I put you on the spot. We ain't got a beat.
I don't usually do it. I'm dropping a video. I'm dropping a video right now. So
okay, so
later on, y'all are gonna.
We'll link
something.
that.
And might have to. And after we might have to do a combination plate.
Yeah, word.
When I jack this interview and it's done, I'm gonna jack the interview and then I'm gonna put the video at the end of it.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
Do a lot of special stuff.
Let's do it. All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap up this episode of the Bounce Back. I'm your boy B Loop, Wally Sparks. Stay free, stay solid. Peace out, y'all.
Cambridge.
Bounce back, you got a moment. When they see you down, just know they love it all.